We're recording in car. That's it's going to be interesting to see how well it picks up. But if it's better quality, we're going to do everyone in car.
Oh yeah, there's no weird with that. You might have to start making a bit of a drive-by or like a car park review system or something.
Car park review system, like that's not been done before.
We should trademark that.
Awkward. Hi everyone. So it's what we even call, I forgot his name, Feature Freak.
I really want to say freaky features.
I always want to say freaky features, but that just sounds like we're doing horror movies, and somebody's probably done freaky features somewhere.
Well, I mean,
is there a fly in this car? I'm sure I just saw something coming. Anyway. So it's Dave and Mark here again. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Dave.
Hello. We'll have a quick run through at top 10. Really quick one this time. A couple of films have actually dropped out of top 10 this week.
All right.
I've seen Life of the Party's dropped out and Peter Rabbit has dropped out. But I mean, Peter Rabbit's been there 12 weeks now, so...
Yeah, because that was Easter. What are we in now, June?
Yeah. He's probably in boiling pot ready for summer dinner, is old Peter Rabbit.
Boiling pot?
It's like, what call it? Is it, what's that film where... it's not Basic Instinct, it's the other one. Where she boils rabbit.
Well, yeah, because that's where you...
Fatal Attraction.
Yeah, Bunny Boiler comes from, doesn't it? But she's on for it in boiling pot.
Boiling pot. And don't get much Yorkshire than that. So Life at Party dropped out. So number 10 is on Chesil Beach.
Oh, yeah, talked about it last time.
Yeah, we haven't seen it. Number 9 is Via de Wedding, which I think is a Bollywood film. So I've not seen anything about that, but that's number 9 in charts at the minute.
Fair.
Number 8, Blade Runner, Final Cut, again.
Still?
Yeah, well, it says here it's been in charts 550 weeks.
It's doing well.
It's almost as good as Greatest Showman, which, funnily enough, is gone back in at 15th in charts. It had 90 grand last week, Greatest Showman. It's out on Blu-ray. Watch it on Blu-ray.
I'm saying, which cinemas are even showing it? I don't know how that works.
It's alt kid showings, I think, at Cineworld.
When did you go to?
Yeah. So Blade Runner Final Cut is at number 8. I Feel Pretty is at number 7, which I think's dropped down a little bit from last week, which I think people have seen it now who are wanting to see it. Show Dog's still hanging in at number 6. Awful film. I don't know why anybody's seen that.
Twice.
Well, yeah, but first time I got a little and kicked off, so I had to go back and watch it again, unfortunately. Book Club is in at number 5. It's taken 720 grand in 1 week, which is pretty impressive.
People are enjoying Saucy Old Dears.
Yeah, well, I saw it on a preview a few weeks ago, and I didn't expect much at all. I thought it'd be garbage, in all honesty. You know, a load of... Basically, it's a load of old women who drink a lot of wine, read books, and then suddenly find 50 Shades of Grey, which is like about... So the film is about, 8 years out of date, as it is. But yeah, and the kind of... You've got one of them who's free-spirited, one who's kind of... She's lost her husband years ago and she's never got with another man. You've got one who's just lost her husband. No, the one whose husband left ages ago, he divorced her.
So it's comedy then?
Oh yeah, it's hilarious. and then you've got the one, Mary Steenburgen, and she's kind of in like a sexless marriage and all that, which is hilarious. But it's really funny. So it's kind of just what they get up to once they read the book and get a bit invigorated by Christian Grey and his wily ways. Less said about that, the better. It's not that type of podcast. Sherlock Gnomes number 4.
Oh, jeez.
I know. It's a bad time. But then obviously you get to your big 3, which I think are going to stay at top 3 for absolutely ages until Jurassic Park's in top 1 next week.
Is Solo number 3?
So Avengers is number 3. Deadpool is number 2. And Solo is number 1. Solo took 3.1 million last week.
And yet everyone were kicking off in its first week that it's done bad.
But apparently, I read something, and I can't remember what it was now, something about it being... It could end up surpassing something, unless it's just like surpassing Attack at Clones or something like that, which ain't hard.
You leave Django out of this.
Django?
Django Fett?
Oh, I was like, what? That guy in that slave
No,
film?
not D Django. Jamie Foxx is getting some stick.
I don't remember Quentin Tarantino doing a Star Wars. Now, can you imagine Quentin Tarantino directing Star Wars?
They still have to find a way to put a car boot on back X-Wing so they can have that one shot where he's looking up at him, it's just Yoda in back.
I can just... I have had it with these motherfucking lightsabers in this motherfucking Millennium Falcon.
I mean, he's in prequels.
Where would he fight? He obviously gets killed by Emperor, doesn't he?
Spoilers.
Oh yes, spoilers.
Anyone who's not seen the Star Wars movie from about 10 years ago.
Yeah. So Jules Winfield as Jedi Master Mace Windu. That'd be phenomenal.
Oh,
we need to do a full synopsis of that at some point. Are you working on a new synopsis after your amazing Incredible Buscemi's last week, which just went down an absolute treat? I tried tweeting it to Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi's not got Twitter. But we need to find a way to get it to him, because I think that's the only way that film's going to get made.
I'm pretty sure that after hearing about it, he just disabled all his social media accounts because he thought, I'm going to be very busy.
To be fair, I didn't look at that. He might have listened to the podcast. He might have been one of the 3 people who did listen to it.
Top comment.
And I think those 3 were my mum listening at least twice. And then other one were probably me just checking that it had uploaded.
I feel like there's some kind of family abuse thing there if you make your mum listen to this podcast more than once. Oh, but no, I've been mulling over an idea again. It's not quite where it was last week, but it's one of these times where when you've got this much genius and you're just asking for more money from the big businesses. Disney, if you're listening again, as I know you are, I'm still waiting to hear back from you. I've received a cease and desist some time ago, but I'm ignoring that one. I'm waiting for your new people to contact my people, or Dave as I call him.
That was just because of what you got caught doing with Elsa on that other. We've all seen the video of you dressed as Elsa singing karaoke. I wouldn't be surprised if Disney sent a cease and desist for that.
Well, probably. You've got to bring a bit of sparkle to the podcast somehow. I think is the quote. But yeah, so I was thinking, do you know what we're missing a lot of movies recently? There's not a lot of good love stories. There's not a lot of good romances, and they're all a bit garbage, really. Old dears having a good old page turner, getting moist about something I never want to read in my life, and then you've got all these other ones where it's Amy Schumer doing a Shallow Hal rip-off, and people getting stuck on a bite. And you don't want none of that. It's no good.
For anybody who speaks English, that was a boat.
And so the whole gist of it is that there's people looking from outside now. They're enjoying this more than we are.
I think we should just wipe windows down and include them in the old podcast. They'd absolutely love getting involved.
They are super confused, but it's all good. We'll be all right. So a decent love movie. We all know it's going to have to star the most romantic actor of this century.
Who?
Patrick Stewart is front and centre. And it's a bit of a, it's going to be the start of a trilogy, right? And so,
of course it is.
And so we're starting off, and I won't tell you the title till later. Patrick Stewart plays Charlie Harty, who is who is a 15-year-old boy.
Is this an animation, or are they going to use prosthetics?
No, it's just. Well, you mean it looks like the part already. He's good to go. And so he's it's set modern day, by the way. So this is it's not a flashback or anything. He starts off the movie, 15-year-old Patrick Stewart as Charlie Harty, and he wakes up one morning and he feels all tingly and strange, and he realises while he's living with his auntie and uncle, because sadly something happened to his parents when he was very young. We don't like to talk about it.
Is it Disney this?
It's not Disney.
Oh,
No.
I was saying because they've got parent issues of Disney films.
It's Warner Bros. That'll pick this one up this time
Warner
around, so they're listening to it, right? So it's 15-year-olds living with his auntie and uncle. The Donzels, and that's the surname, of course. He wakes up and he feels all tingling and strange. And he goes, "Oh my, well, I feel very peculiar today," which is sort of the same Patrick Stewart voice, a 15-year-old, still bald, so he's about 6 foot.
So he's not going full character acting on this, he's literally just being Patrick Stewart.
It's been Charlie Harty, dude. Did you not hear? That was Charlie Harty speaking then.
A 15-year-old who talks exactly like Patrick Stewart talks now.
Exactly. And so he wakes up and he feels all tingly and he's feeling all peculiar. And he goes down and goes, "Oh, Auntie and Uncle Dawson." I think that was the name on it. So whatever I called him.
Yeah. You can have a rewrite on script.
I feel rather odd today and I'm not quite sure what's going on. And his auntie and uncle are awful to him. They abuse him and they say to him, "No, have less of that, me, Charlie. Get to school today, making me some money." Because he works for him after school. He's got like a paper round and he goes to the corner shop and all this sort of stuff for him, right? And he goes, "Yeah, yes, auntie." And he goes off to school and whatever. And when he's at school, he talks to his best friend about this. He says, "I'm starting to feel really strange things, at this ripe old age of 15. Is anyone else feeling this?" And his best friend, what is his name? I can't remember what his name in the movie is, but Sir Ian McKellen.
Of course it is. Well, the best mates in real life.
Exactly.
So he obviously got one of them. Obviously got other one involved.
And so he's there with a cap on backwards, sat on a chair, like straddling a school chair, like saying, like, whatever's going on, Charlie. He's saying, like, I'm feeling. I can't do both voices. They're both not the same to me, and he's saying these people feeling weird.
They do talk exactly. I'm sure they do when you try and do impressions of them. I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to do any of the voices.
Fool of a hearty. It's just puberty you're going through. And he says, it's not. Do you know what? I actually think he's doing a bit higher now. He's trying to really get into the role of 15. I think I'm actually a love sorcerer. And so he persuades his best friend Sarah McKellen that he's actually a love sorcerer, and that
how much persuasion does it take? Is there any point where when Ian McKellen turns around to Patrick Stewart and goes, "You know what?"
So no, he absolutely believes it 100% because they're such best friends. He just gets it. He goes, "Do you know what, Charlie? I think you are. I absolutely think you are." And so he decides that he needs to start using his power for good, right? As a love sorcerer.
As you would.
He needs to start bringing more love to the world. And so he brings it upon himself to, he goes all Spider-Man, he makes a costume in his bedroom, gets all his stuff together, and it's basically one of those pink zoot suits, like, they're not zoot suits, they're like full body things.
Oh,
like
the
morph suit,
morph
whatever it
suit,
is.
that's it, yeah.
And it's full of that, right? but it's got the arse cheeks cut on a heart shape, right? And
is this cut out? Is there like something there, or is it literally?
No, it's just his arse.
To Patrick
because in the words of Charlie Harty, the arse is the window to the heart.
Do you reckon, on a complete tangent, do you reckon that Patrick Stewart's arse is as smooth as his head?
I'm hoping for the costume, because if not, we are going to have to touch that with prosthetics.
I'm not touching that. I'm not touching Patrick.
It just needs a bit of Botox, a bit of airbrushing. It'd be absolutely fine. Charlie Harty has never looked better at 15-year-old. He's the heartthrob of the silver screen. All the girls are going to watch this movie and go, I wish I had a Charlie Harty in my life. Where's my love sorcerer? Is what they're saying to everyone. I want to be ensorcelled by Stewart. And so he decides that he needs Ian McKellen. It's Sir Ian McKellen. Who doesn't have a name in the movie. It's just going to be Sir Ian McKellen.
He can make his own name up.
He needs him to be his sidekick. He needs to help him because he's going to go on patrol every night on the rough streets of New York where it's set.
So it's in New York.
Oh yeah. Well, you can tell by the accent.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was just his normal accent.
So they're going to go on patrol every night at midnight, the love hour as it's known, the extra hour every day. So Charlie Harty puts on it, dons his costume and his suit, gets his arses out, sneaks out his bedroom window, straddling down a sheet that he's made. And him
I don't like you going from having his arses out, straddling a sheet.
I don't know what term you use for it. You slide down it, don't you? Like a fireman's pole. At this point, the audience is going mad, Dave. 50 Shades were bad enough. This one, we're going to have to get bloody industrial cleaners in after this. So he meets Sir McKellen outside with his sidekick, who's I don't know what his superhero name would be. It's something, something lovey-dovey. I'll let you fill in the blanks on this one. What's his sidekick name?
You just said it, lovey-dovey.
Lovey-dovey boy. Lovey-dovey boy.
Just lovey-dovey man, because he talks like a lovey-dovey, doesn't he?
So you've got the love sorcerer and lovey-dovey. His young ward, because he's slightly older, about like a month or two. In the movie, obviously, not in real life. I don't know who's older.
I think McKellen must be older.
Possibly. That's very offensive, though. It looks like a year older, 15. They're both cast perfectly for this. So anyway, they're romping around these streets at midnight, and lo and behold, what they find is he does actually have the powers of love magic. And so when he finds people committing crimes, so there's those hoodlums, thugs around New York holding up damsels in distress, he uses the power of love by going over to them. So they're mid hold up. They've got a knife out. They pull a knife out on some poor dear, and she's got a handbag. And they're trying to pull it away from her. And he comes and goes not so fast, young heathen. And he comes jogging around the corner, but obviously he's not jogging very fast. They sped this part up because Patrick Stewart. I don't know activities.
Yeah, but he's 15. He should be very active.
But real life.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Come
Real
on,
life,
Dave.
yeah.
You know, so there's the guy running over, and he does a jumping kick straight into him, but he purposely misses the kick so it can wrap around the thug's and assailant's leg, and then hooks his arm around him into a loving embrace. And when he hugs him, he drops the knife, and he just starts to cry, and Patrick goes, Charlie, says, there, it's all right now. You're loved. And he starts to cry and says, that's all I ever wanted in life. And he goes, and they turn themselves into the police. And so Charlie Harty says, well done, lovey-dovey. We've got more love to spread this eve. And off into the night they go. But in the later movies, obviously, when it gets bigger. So the first movie is the origin story.
So they're definitely commissioning the second film, are they?
They bought it as a trilogy, Tim. It's a set.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, looking straight to DVD.
So after Love Sorcerer has become the number one in the box office for weeks on the trot. Everyone's forgot about Thanos and everything like that.
Is that the title, or are we going to get to
Yeah, no, it's called Love Sorcerer.
Oh, he's got a Love Sorcerer.
Because he is a Love Sorcerer. We don't pay attention.
Patrick Stewart, the 15-year-old Love Sorcerer.
Correct. So in the next movie, there's a bit of a time skip, right? He's 18 now.
Oh, Jesus.
And he's getting ready to go to college.
Are they filming these back to back as well?
Yeah, he don't look a day different.
He don't look 3 years older.
No, well, they'll put a bit of makeup on him to make him look like he's 18 now.
Make him look a bit older.
Yeah, to age him. And so him and Lovey Dovey Boy need to go off to college together, but they realise that there's trouble. It's not just thugs and assailants and naysayers and evil doers in the world that need love spreading to them. There is actually a villain that's emerged, someone with the opposite power of love magic. Alexandra Daddario plays the anti-crush. Alexandra
Daddario.
And so basically, she doesn't believe in love at all. She thinks people are just there for business. So she wears a suit all the time and lust.
Oh, well, yeah.
No love, just carnal.
That's fine with Alexandra Daddario.
And so her sidekick, Kevin Hart.
Standard.
Called...
Comic relief in this then, he's Kevin Hart, yeah. Everybody else is playing it serious.
He needs to light it up because it's been too serious so far, spreading the love power and stopping all these baddies and whatnot. And so then basically, it's them, she's trying to spread her army of evil and unhappiness, and the Love Sorcerer needs to combat. And the third movie is actually the start of a bigger series where you start getting, you build the franchise. So as well as the Love Sorcerer and the Anticrush being the villain, they obviously have to take her down. She's actually been working for someone the whole time, and so they're making the brigade of best buds, which is where I bring all my cinematic universes together finally.
Oh my God. Oh, what has just happened?
So
what's the second one called? Is it just Love Sorcerer 2, or has it got like the Second Coming or something like that?
We'll go with that one. I can't think of any love movies.
The Love Sorcerer rides again.
Are there any actual love movies that have sequels? I can't think of anything, apart from Grease, maybe. Does that count?
Grease 2 is way better than Grease 1 as well.
Does that have a sub-name?
People are going to write letters in. No, it's not. It's just Grease 2.
Grease 2? That's rubbish.
It's probably Grease 2, it's better than Grease 1.
And Patrick Stewart's not in that.
He's not. He was in Grease 1, I think, Patrick Stewart.
Oh, that's all right,
He won at T-Birds.
Did you come together? With a wall, bed and all that? Did you spread the love to them all?
Oh my!
It's his love power that made the car fly.
You were not. Yeah, that stupid scene at the Grease where car flies. It makes no sense. Apart from there's a full fan theory that says that they're dead. He's like, yeah, but when? What did they do? Fall off that thing that was moving side to side at fairground? Don't think so.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, the Love Sorcerer never coming to a cinema near you ever.
Oh no, it's going to ensorcel your hearts and souls this summer.
It's going to ensorcel. It's not even a word.
That is the official sorceratic term.
Sorceratic term. Where are you getting these words?
I've got a sauce aplenty. So ensorcelled is a term. A sauce, whatever I said the second one is not. I made that one up.
Sauceratic, whatever it is.
Sorceratic, I think I said. Which I think I'm becoming erratic thinking about.
Yeah, I've lost my head.
You've become a hot and bothered, I can tell by looking at you, thinking about Ian McKellen sat there with his little top knot because he's trying to be a trendy 15-year-old, his cap on. And the love sorcerer hugging people down and making them feel the love and affection their parents just couldn't provide.
Wow. Well, I don't think there's anywhere else to go with that. We're off to see Jurassic World, aren't we?
Yep, the Fallen Kingdom.
We've actually recorded this whole thing site car park at Cineworld. Literally, there's going to be people if people have been walking past, they'll be thinking that we're absolutely mental, just sat here pissing ourselves laughing. But yeah, we're going to go see Jurassic World, and what we're going to do is as soon as it's finished, we're going to come out and we're going to record. We'll kind of do a quick reaction to it, just a few minutes, just chatting about it afterwards.
Yeah.
And kind of give us instant reaction. No spoilers. Because, we won't want you to know that Dinosaur dies at the end. But, oh shit, I said it out loud. It done. We haven't even seen it yet, so we don't know what happens.
Spoilers for 65 million years ago.
I mean, Chris Pratt has been in the Guardians of the Galaxy films.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in that one that came out of the week, Avengers. He's going to be in this. He's got the Lego movie coming out. He must be the hardest working man in cinema at the minute. He must be absolutely mint. Not bad for a fat lad who got thin.
Yeah, he did really well.
There's hope for us all. Right, let's go watch Jurassic Park and see what it's like. Any final words before we head in?
I'm done.
Yeah, me too. Right, see you up to the side.
How many can you save?
11 species. Blue is the last of her kind.
You'll never capture her.
We thought you might know someone who could help.
A rescue op? What could go wrong?
What?
Is that Charlie Harty's theme?
Oh God, Charlie Harty. He's not back again. So we just got out seeing good old Jurassic World, Lost World 2. What is it? Fallen Kingdom. Lost World.
The new batch.
Jurassic Park, the new batch. Technically it is.
Well, it always is.
Yeah, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. What are your thoughts? Initial reaction?
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I thought that it's probably up there as one of my favourite Jurassic movies now.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite. It's one of my favourite dinosaur-based films starring Chris Pratt. It's definitely in my top 2. No, I enjoyed it. I thought it was I think calling it a bit of a thrill ride is kind of where it is. There's a lot that happens in it. You kind of the story is basically. They go back to the island. In fact, if you've seen the trailer, you know the entire story. Yeah. They go back to the island because they need to get some of the dinosaurs off the island because it's about to explode. There's a big volcano about to erupt that nobody's ever mentioned before. In fact, did it get mentioned in the original one that it was built on a dormant volcano?
Don't recall it, but they may have done.
They might have just slipped that in just for a laugh. But obviously there's naturally a bad guy who's wanting to get the dinosaurs off the island to use them for his own purposes. Which it goes into. It's essentially what happens in Jurassic Park 2. I think is it 2 where they get them off the. I think it is 2 where Pete Postlethwaite wants to get them all off island.
Oh yeah, it will be.
Yeah, so it's essentially that. So, but my problem was, if you've seen the trailer, there's so much stuff in the trailer that you spoil for you because there's without giving too much away. Obviously, most of the trailer was taken up by the whole island blowing up thing, so you know that. And then there's a couple of shots that are especially the later trailers, and you're just waiting for them to happen. And then when it gets to a certain point in your film, you go, "Oh, here we go." But there's enough around it to make it still entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see the sex scene where the Triceratops come in.
No, it's a bit of interspecies dino porn. That's probably a thing on the internet.
Oh, God.
Barney the dinosaur with his big purple head.
Oh, no. It's gone. There's the flag again.
The tone has been lowered. But yeah, it's obviously we've just seen it in IMAX 3D, and I'd actually recommend it to be seen in IMAX 3D. I think the picture, the sound, and even some of the 3D parts were really good because there's a lot of shots of dinosaurs kind of coming through stuff and kind of coming at the camera when they're attacking and stuff like that. So I think it lends itself well to 3D.
I mean, it's probably one of the most recent movies I've seen where the special effects were actually so on point. It was very hard to tell the difference between a lot of practical effects and a lot of CG. It
was absolutely. I recently watched Jurassic Park 1, the original one again.
Yeah.
And if you watch that now, it feels really dated.
It is quite dated now.
It's like when you first see the first, not so much with the T-Rex, because I think they use some practical stuff on that. But when they show, when they do the whole thing where Sam Neill takes his glasses off and all that, when they stand up in the Jeep, all that looks quite dated now. All the CG in that film. But when you think about it, it was like 20 odd years ago. now.
Easily, yeah. It were 90s, wasn't it?
Because I remember I went to see it when my mum were actually pregnant with my sister.
Yeah.
So, however how old our Laura is, I don't know. I don't pay that much attention. But yeah, so it's an old one. I saw it in Great Yarmouth. I always remember that. In Windmill Theatre. Don't know why I always remember that.
Go hit them up now and tell them a good piece of trivia if they want.
It's not there now. It's not. It's a simulator ride. Not even,
Hell. What if Dave Williams passed?
There's me strolling down, probably going to watching Jurassic Park with my pregnant mum. I think it's well worth seeing. I think it'll take a lot of money at box office. I think it's going to be. We'll be talking about it next week in top 10. Absolutely no doubt about that.
Oh yeah.
Whether it'll knock the likes of Solo off top,
I don't think it's got the power to beat Star Wars and Infinity War realistically.
it's come out at quite a busy time for massive films, unfortunately, and I think that might go against it. But saying that, I think it'll attract casual film fans rather than your diehard geeky fans.
I think it's one of those ones where it's highly recommended to most people. Everyone generally will watch a Jurassic movie because you go, oh, do you like movies? Yeah, you probably enjoy that then.
Yeah, I mean, do you need to have seen? You don't really need to have seen the first 3 Jurassic Parks. Ideally you should have seen really Jurassic World to know who everybody is, and who Blue is, and why she's so cherished and all that by Chris Pratt. But yeah, I think they did a cracking job with it. And Chris Pratt though is just Chris Pratt in everything he's in now. He's never done anything. He's the same in Guardians of the Galaxy as he is in that. And Lego Movie, like I read about earlier on, he's just Chris Pratt now.
Even
in
Passengers,
films.
he was very similar.
Yeah, he's just that kind of like wisecracking, good-looking guy, isn't he? That's gonna sell a lot of film.
Yeah, he gets typecast very well. Now he's very much up there with like your Chris Hemsworths and Evans and all them.
Yeah, all Chris's.
All the Chris's.
Oh,
all together.
Hemsworth, Pine.
Oh, Pine. Yeah, forgot about Pine.
All the Chris's. Chris Christopherson? No. No. It's only because I had Chris Christopherson's name mentioned earlier on. I don't think he's done it for a while. I don't even know if he's still with us or Chris Christopherson. I can't remember what he did after Blade.
Well, no, good point.
What was his name in Blade? It was the guy who trained...
He was, but I can't remember that anymore now. That's
Anybody who think this was a movie podcast where we're meant to know about movies?
Yeah, but not just randomly throw in. Do you remember Blade?
You'd have known about it if Chuffing Jean-Luc Picard had been in it. Or Ian McKellen, you'd have known what that was. Yeah, and I think we'll leave it on that bombshell.
There you go.
I don't even know what's coming out next week, so you'll just have to tune in next week. And
Hereditary.
Hereditary is out next week, but I think we're going to go try and see that. That's next Friday, so we're gonna have another podcast before Hereditary comes out.
Oh, actually, that's a good point.
All could happen between now and then.
Oh,
I need to think of a movie pitch as well, because I've got to try and beat the Incredible and
Love Sorcerer.
the Love Sorcerer. I don't think I can top Love Sorcerer.
I mean, you need to. We've pitched to Disney. We've pitched to Warner Brothers. We're hedging as bets here, Dave. I need you to really go for a different market. Someone else, like you want to go for. Who else is there? Sony Pictures, I suppose. You got Sony. You've got
Lionsgate.
Lionsgate. That'd be a good shout. You could do quite a good horror.
Oh, is it a bit of Blumhouse? A bit of Blumhouse horror.
Yes.
I'll see if I can come up with the perfect Blumhouse horror for next week's podcast.
Starring Daniel Radcliffe, ideally.
Nah, he's done crap horror though, hasn't he? He did Woman in Black.
He did, and they had to age him up quite a bit.
It was literally Harry Potter with a beard drawn on.
Basically the end of the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah, when he shows flash forward to when they're all adults. Spoilers. But that's it. Yeah. So right, I think that's it. We'll say adios and see you next week. Tune in if you want. Subscribe. We're on YouTube. No, we're not. We're not on YouTube. Don't on YouTube.
Like, comment, subscribe on someone's YouTube.
Yeah, it's good. If you've been on somebody's YouTube, let us know. we're on iTunes now, and we're on loads of other podcasting type things. So just subscribe and.
Wherever you got this from, keep doing that, please.
Oh yeah, that would be a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Bye.
Bye.